Allora, dopo 3000 prove, un nervoso incredibile, forse. Sapete cosa è successo, la bellezza? Ah, meno male che diciamo che da una parte è saltato internet, perché proprio la spina era un po' strana. Quella del wifi. Quella del wifi. Mamma mia. Cioè non del wifi, la spina della corrente. Adesso filo nero che della corrente che si appoggia al computer è un po' bruttino da vedere. E no, la spina non è. Perché un po' era un po' come cosa non va neanche tanto. Dovremmo esserci adesso, però mi ha fatto veramente, ma veramente tribulare, appunto. Ho staccato il attaccato Ethernet e così facendo si è staccato la corrente del computer, ovviamente. Roviniamolo, non sto computer, ma non so. Poi ogni tanto lo lancerei proprio giù dalla finestra. E no, però vabbè, ho notato appunto che la spina non era molto e adesso l'ho messa a posto. Quindi almeno quello, siamo tornati un passo indietro, credo, però comunque qua.
Didn't have time to fully clean up the place. Complain if you want. Menial housework means nothing to a great shaman like myself.
Quindi dobbiamo skippare un po'.
Besides, in light novels, people who keep also.
Credo che c'ho ospiti sotto. Sentite parlare, ma...
She sure does care a lot about what we...
Oh, and that spell I used to transfer my senses to you? You're not still, experiencing the side effects, are
Ma
you?
quindi questa ci si è sentito per tutta la storia
It's my
parlare?
duty as a great shaman to check that kind of thing.
Oppure l'ha fatto apposta? Secondo me l'ha fatto un po' apposta.
Oh, you
Perché
mean
voleva
when we
sentire
can
cosa
hear
diceva
thoughts?
Travo.
Nope. It's been so long, we don't have to worry about that anymore, right?
Ma fammi piacere. Ma fammi piacere. Ma fammi piacere.
Then why do I hear the traveler's thoughts in my head?
What?
Mi ha sentito delle mie cose che da se fosse al di sopra delle
I can still hear you, you know.
Mi dispiace averti offeso.
Don't bother. I'll find a way to fix it. First you hear my thoughts, now I'm hearing your thoughts. It was just a simple spell. I use it on you and now it's on the fritz. Forget it. Just tell me why you're here.
Manca un pezzo. C'avevo una bottiglia d'acqua, non c'è.
Well, someone asked us to ask you to be their consultant.
Ah, lo trovo.
They have questions about the history of...
Questo
So
l'abbiamo
they
già
asked the
sentito.
hero of Natland to put in a good word? Sounds like they know I don't usually trouble myself with other people's problems.
The pay is really good.
Che faccio? Che faccio?
Doesn't matter, I'm busy.
Aiuto.
She sure doesn't look busy. Paimon knew this wouldn't get us anywhere.
E se anche salisse da me?
From you?
No, io.
Yeah, we were given a sacred duty to help your tribe weave a special scroll.
Huh? So, you're the appointed ones this time?
We were surprised too. After all, we have no idea how to weave a scroll like that.
Perché ha tirato un lagone. Ah, povero computer.
But with Chef Biram's help, we were able to make some progress. We still haven't succeeded, but we learned that the key to weaving the scroll is a special kind of color. The historical event those men want to ask about also involves color. If you help them, you might end up helping us too.
Che stupida.
She's giving us that face again. Did Paimon not explain things clearly?
I can't decide whether this twist is completely out of the blue or if it was foreshadowed all along.
Does that mean you won't help us?
I need to think about it.
Devi pensare perché c'è Taverna.
Then there's still hope.
Hey, what's the holdup? Just give us an answer already.
You agreed to let us do the talking. Citali?
C'è improvviso tu che corri dietro. Scusate la parola.
Stand down, Grudok. As your employer, if I tell you to wait, then you wait.
Understood.
Oh.
You're the great shaman who's been alive for centuries? But you're so... Apologies for the disturbance. Grudok is a recent hire, so difficult to restrain sometimes.
You're lucky you didn't force Citlali's hand.
Well, since you're here, how about a discussion?
C'è proprio...
Do you have any idea who I am? Did you think Granny Eatsley would be fooled by your little performance? I have no intention of speaking to you. Your recent hire interrupted me right as I was about to make an important decision. Pull a trick like that again, and I'll make your lives a living horror novel, except 10 times worse. That's all I came out here to say.
Whoa.
Traveler, we have a discussion to finish.
Bene.
You live up to your name, Granny Itztli. I apologize for the offense. I'm just surprised the Battle of Seven Colors didn't pique your interest.
You're investigating the Battle of Seven Colors?
Ah, the Traveler didn't get to that part? Yes, I thought the Traveler could help me convince you. But, if I'm not mistaken, you have a personal interest in this matter, don't you?
Don't.
I heard that the great shaman Huitzilin was a friend of yours. You two must have been close. If I can resolve the controversy and prove the battle took place, I'll include it in my next collection. Then, all of Teyvat will learn the truth. With your support, your friend's heroic deeds will once again be known throughout the land. Inspiring, don't you think?
Metteresti a compiere il mio dovere sarebbe di grande importanza.
If this is really about that duty, then... fine. I'll help you.
I'll help you. Che scemo. Scusate. Io te rubo.
I'm honored.
Save it. I agreed to help the traveler, not you. You'll just have to leech what you can.
I'm a sim for the traveler, ragazzi.
Well, at least she agreed to help.
Ho la solita simpatizza. Sembra che la mia amicizia consisteva in serie. Ciao, soprattutto in ogni caso non ho mai pensato.
Who are you calling heartless?
Not a problem. I always planned to work with the traveler. So, did you directly experience any events of the battle? Do you have any idea where it took place? Can you think of any relics we could use to prove it?
Pasticcio sto mio setup. Da Muni.
Talk at me, why don't you?
Una persona senza. Ah, ma sta andando anche giù il monitor. Fantastico. No, veramente, sto wifi. Ogni volta che non va sto wifi, c'è qualcosa che non va. Diversamente. Curioso anch'io.
Fine. No, no, and no. I did live during the same era as her, but that doesn't mean we experienced the same events. I've lived a long time, but I'm not a walking encyclopedia. You decide the angle of your investigation, and I'll provide answers if I'm familiar with the subject.
If familiar. So,
All right. Even if you didn't witness the battle yourself, you still lived through that era. Your insights are very valuable. Alier, you had an idea about where to start, yes?
Oh, well, my plan was to consult the members of the tribe in charge of recording history.
Then, let's start there.
okay.
Traveler, what do you say to officially working together? After all, it appears I can only get Miss Citlali's help through you.
Sì, perché sono tipo. Sta provando da metà gioco. Non è in diretta. Prego, grande show. Mamma mia, certo che si è scelta proprio una. Veramente. Il Traverse è scelta una proprio peculiare. Porca miseria. Perché no? Io che era un po' più meno, anche lei non è che scherzava. Dopo che finisco la live, al momento mi apostimo sul setup.
You don't seem super invested in this whole thing, Citali.
The Battle of Seven Colors is something I've only ever heard about. I know as much as anyone else in my tribe.
But how? Weren't you alive when it happened?
I wasn't there when it took place, and she never told me about it. That's how.
Ma è stata una mega battagliona.
But Molo-Sol said the two of you were close friends. The battle was legendary. Why wouldn't Huitziling tell you about it?
Close friends? More like arch rivals. Something Montluçon would know if he actually did his research. Did you see the graffiti outside my house? That's not my doing. All students from Huitziling's School of Shamanism must pass an extremely difficult trial before graduation, defeating me in battle. Those graffiti drawings are how they challenge me.
Wait, what?
Of course, none of them ever succeeded.
Because I'm the best, my goodness.
So, after Huitziling's death, her students had no choice but to modify the requirement. Instead of defeating me, all they have to do now is last long enough.
Sembra un cambiamento doveroso.
As my rival, Wheatsealing only had one achievement that surpassed my own, and that was the Battle of Seven Colors. I can only assume she had some kind of secret technique at her disposal. It makes perfect sense that she kept it from me. I'm a fast learner. Telling me about the technique is no different than handing it to me on a silver platter. As if she would give away her one advantage.
E poi adesso non c'è neanche più, magari servirebbe quella tecnica.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anyway, all of that is secondary. Like I said, I'm only here to help you fulfill your duty.
Questo. Eh? What?
Don't misunderstand. This duty is important for my tribe, too. A great shaman should do her part to see it done.
Enzo. Sciamano dovrebbe avere una casa un po' più organizzata. Sta prendendo in giro a Valetta.
Excuse you? I fail to see what housekeeping has to do with my duty as a shaman.
Sta prendendo in giro a Valetta. Sta prendendo in giro a Valetta.
Why is it that you're the one whose thoughts are exposed, but I'm still the one suffering? I need to get to the bottom of this.
Sta prendendo in giro a Valetta, bellissimo.
Excuse me, Great Shaman, but we have a situation over here. We could really use your help.
Prego, grande sciamano.
Okay.
Si è stufato finalmente. Quello ci sta. Almeno quello. Si è stufato, la prende in giro.
Of course the Battle of Seven Colors happened. The war
Come
was
Mona, all'inizio erano tutti
Wheatsealing
tranquilli
used a
con
mysterious
Mona.
color to construct a maze and trap the enemies inside.
That's just your interpretation. There's more than one way to understand that scroll. Besides, constructing a maze out of color is ridiculous.
Non ho mai giocato al gioco di Mickey Mouse.
Wheatsealing was one of the most powerful shamans of her time. She definitely could have pulled it off.
Oh.
That's the biggest problem. She had students. Why not pass it down? A technique that powerful? And no shaman since has ever used it?
Che ride. Però deve avere la casa più.
Her students are keeping it a secret, of course. If you knew a technique like that, you'd be a fool to show it to just anyone.
Oh, I didn't mean to cause an argument. I just wanted to ask, is there anything we can use to prove the battle took place?
Of course it took place. Why would you need to prove it?
You'll have to excuse him. Some people in our tribe insist on clinging to outdated views of history. I'd give up now if I were you. It only
Please don't fight.
Wow, so the battle really is controversial.
Am I the outdated one? Kids these days can't find anything better to argue about?
These arguments are precisely why I hesitate to include this story in my collection. Neither side was able to offer anything useful. What should we do?
Wheatsealing was a passionate teacher. We were opposites in that sense. The technique she used in the battle must have been her masterpiece. There's every reason to pass it on. Still, if the technique is powerful enough to single-handedly stop an invasion, it also makes sense that her disciples would keep it a secret. We should check with the students from her school. If we can confirm the technique exists, we can deduce certain things about the battle.
But as far as I know, most of the shamans from her school occupy high positions in the tribe. Not the type of people outsiders like us can speak to on a whim.
Right. The obsidian altar is off limits to you. But, if I go...
Is there a problem?
Most of Wheatsealing's students are respected priests in the tribe. But that means they had to go through me. Or try, at least. I, of course, humiliated them from a young age.
Persona molto Lasciamo perdere.
Those who hold the position now are the ones who lasted long enough before I wiped the floor with them. If I show up without warning, they'll run for dear life. That's not gonna get us any answers.
Yeah, Paimon can see it now.
Sarebbero gambe levate. Citali. Una specie di tiranna. È bellissimo, è bellissimo. Abstruzione. È bellissimo.
Hey, don't jump to conclusions. That was just a metaphor.
Può sconfiggere un titano meglio di un eroe di Natale? Mi sicuro che non so. Tipo... È bellissimo che puoi prendere in giro.
Only you have the guts to joke like that with me, traveler. Fine, I said I'd help, so I'll help. But don't blame me if it goes wrong.
Mamma mia, è bellissimo.
Alright, the rest of you can wait for us here.
We appreciate the help.
Ma è però strano. La missione è...
Natlan's history is full of intriguing mysteries. It's too bad I can't talk to those priests myself.
dicendo. Ah, no. Ha preso una piega veramente.
Miss Citali seems rather reluctant to help. Maybe you could talk to her a bit more. I'll reward you for the trouble.
Got a problem? Like I said, take it up with my employer.
Oh, ti ha suonato. Ciao, dude. Tanto basta andare qua dentro. Doveva Citali.
Oh, are you in the middle of a ceremony?
Granny Eatsley?
What is she doing here?
Did some coward not show up after challenging her to a fight?
Or is she here to officially take over the tribe?
Whoa. It's like they really do see her as some kind of tyrant.
No matter what, we'll defend our dignity as priests to the end.
Ma questo l'abbiamo già visto.
Ugh, you talk a big game for someone who lost to me the most out of the entire priesthood.
What?
All I want is to ask some questions.
So, you're here to interrogate us?
Someone didn't sit pretty for their beating? Is that it? You want their name, don't you?
We should just run!
State tranquilli.
Yeah, with the hero of Natlan here, Granny Eatsley will be on her best behavior.
Sure, whatever you say.
Oh, it's the Traveler and his companion. That does make me feel better. How can we help you?
L'unica che può calmare.
We wanted to ask about the technique you inherited from Huitziling.
Huh. So you can eradicate our school once and for all?
Disciples of our school have challenged her year after year, just as our master instructed. Sounds like she's finally had enough.
Well, you're not wrong.
If we want to protect our legacy, one of us needs to run.
Not this again. Just how much did you traumatize them, Citali?
Sconfitte duelli, allora. Spero di essere così. Non penso niente.
Hey! You can't just say whatever you want just because it's in your head.
Di amore, rispetto. Ragazzi, sei cavolo.
I'm Granny Eatsley. A mere mention of my name and kids burst into tears. Love and respect? No one has the guts for that.
Beh, io sì. Che stupida! Che stupida! È bellissima sta missione.
You know what? Forget about your duty. We really need to fix this mind-reading situation.
Sorry to disappoint, but if you're here to question whether we're qualified to inherit our master's legacy, we're not going down without a fight.
We're not getting anywhere. What should we do, Traveler?
Cienzia.
Huh? it's you.
Elder Tlapo! Oh, we must have disturbed your meditation. Our deepest apologies. Please forgive us.
Un po' fame.
Did Elder Tlapo just issue a declaration?
From what I can tell, in a single word, the message was... friend?
Is Elder Tlapo telling us to treat Granny Eatsley as a friend?
That's not possible, is it?
Oh, you forget yourselves, my friends. You are esteemed priests of our tribe. Where are your manners?
What?
But Chief...
I didn't expect to see you here, great shaman. My sincere apologies for the lack of hospitality.
Chiedo scusa per la mancanza di...
Well, I wasn't exactly planning to come to this crowded place. So you can save the pleasantries, Chief. I'd rather get this over with.
Understood. Now, as successors of Huitzilin, I understand your friction with Granny Eatsley. However, Elder Tlapo's declarations have always showed us the correct path. You would do well to respect his counsel.
Mi piace che abbiamo
So, mind your manners and allow Granny Eatsley to ask her questions.
Good thing Elder Tlapo and Chief Biram are on our side.
Quindi
Why does Granny Eatsley want to question us all of a sudden?
Should we plan our answers in advance?
That brutal graduation exam. It's all coming back to me.
You heard the chief. There's no running away.
comincio a piacermi sempre di meno starti. Sembra una ragazza che ha 200 anni, ma
Hey, he seems pretty happy to see us.
He's the one who put you in charge of the scroll, right?
Right.
Yeah, Elder Tlapo appointed us to the task.
Mi sto massacrando le orecchie, lo sto faccio fare.
Elder Tlapo, huh? He's still Claw to me. Hey, don't pull that cutesy stuff with me. You're an Iktomisaur Elder now. You occupy an eminent and important position within the tribe.
Ah, perché era suo.
So, you already know each other?
Claw was only this big when we first met. He was Witzilin's Saurian companion back then. She kept dragging him to my place, so over time, we got to know each other. She only came to my place to fight me. But at the same time, she always claimed to be my friend. She was the only one who dared to try, at least.
Well, you've lived a long time. You've probably made a bunch of friends over the years, right?
Right?
The more time you have, the more friends you lose.
Oh,
Anyway, let's get back to business. I hate talking about the past.
Stavo dietro.
200 years and you still haven't given up, Claw? I still haven't made up my mind, so you should head back. Traveler, Paimon, let's go.
Cosa devi fare? Non ho capito. Parla con me. Mi sa che adesso finiamo la live. Vedremo. Sono curioso però ora. Che altro per mangiare qualcosa? Già che ci conviene fermarlo, però comunque fa morire da ridere. Ci fermiamoci. Così vado a mangiare qualcosa. E speriamo che domani non rompe più di nuovo. Poi, non si va. Comunque.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Anche perché credo che sentire me che mangiare non sia proprio livello. Devo far morire da ridere amore e l'altra. Ma in realtà lo sa che era detto loro con il Traveler Citali. Boh. Poi continuiamo domani, eh? Così me ne vado a riposare, eccetera, siccome devo entrare a lavoro. No? Grazie. E tanto abbiamo fatto 20 minuti prima, poi ho dovuto stare tutto, adesso sono 30 minuti. Grazie. E ciao.